right, J-Rocc is here. It is time for the great one, the YouTube People's Champ, with J-Rocc's
Movie versus trailer review.
Oh, well, J-Rocc will answer the question on which one he thought was better for the Flash movie. Which one did J-Rocc think was better? The movie or the trailer? The answer might shock you.
J-Rocc has come back to YouTube.
What is happening in with the millions and millions of J-Rocc fans from all over the world? That's right, J-Rocc is here. We're about to do a movie versus trailer review for The Flash. All right, J-Rocc want to let you know ahead of time, this will contain spoilers. All right, so if you do not want the movie spoiled for you, go click out of it and then come back later and tell which one you thought was better, the movie or the trailer. But if you've already seen it or you don't care that the movie is spoiled for you, hey, we gotta talk about this movie, man. All right, if you've never done been a part of one of J-Rocc's movie versus trailer review, then let J-Rocc tell you exactly what it is. A lot of times J-Rocc has seen the trailer of a movie. The movie was the trailer was off the chain. It was exciting, it was action packed, it looked good, only to go watch the movie and to realize the trailer was better than the movie. It did not live up to the hypes. Oftentimes, there were things that were in the trailer that did not make it to the final cut of the movie. All right, but it was damn sure used to advertise the movie to go and get you to see it. So J-Rocc we're gonna go over this Flash trailer, the first one that was released, I think it was 4 months ago, and we're gonna go through it, see if there was anything weird, any funny little editing that was done. All right, as part of the trailer to see if it was actually in the movie. All right, and we're gonna see, did the movie live up to the hype or did the trailer oversell the movie? Now, before we get started, J-Rocc just want to say this, okay? In J-Rocc's humble opinion, Batman stole the show. I'm just going to tell you right now. Michael Keaton, obviously that wasn't him in the stunts. But the way he entered into the movie, it was a little corny, but nonetheless, the way he entered into the movie and how he was basically, he was the badass in the movie. The Flash had his moments, but Batman, oh my God, he was a star of the movie. All right, Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, man, let's just put it to you like this: she was raw. Okay, she was not Clark in any facet. All right, all this truth and justice stuff, that was not her motto. All right, she still wore the Superman suit and had the S on her chest, but as far as, handling things the way Clark would have done it, that was not her way. All right, but at times, because of that, it made her reckless. All right, and I'll get to the part of the movie where we find out what happens to her. All right, and we'll find out what actually happened to Superman as well. But we're gonna start off here. This part is at the beginning of the movie, all right? Yeah, so let's move forward. Let's see. This part at the beginning, Barry's talking to his dad over the phone. Dad's still in jail because of he's found guilty of killing his mom, which was, you'll be happy to know, at the end of the movie was overturned, all right? He was found to be innocent, all right? So let's move forward here. This at the beginning too. Moving through the trailer. All right, this is at the beginning. This is Batfleck, or Ben Affleck as Batman at the beginning. A hospital is being attacked because some jabroni Rudy Poos are stealing this virus, and they're trying to cause a distraction. Batman is going after the criminals. The Flash is trying to save people at the hospital, all right? There's Flash talking to his dad. This is him showing up at the beginning.
Fight to save this one.
All right, this is Barry and younger Barry. Let me just say this. The younger Barry, I get that he's 18. You know, he hasn't really matured. But they made him seem like he had the brains of an 8-year-old. Like he was just stupid and didn't know nothing. I get they were really trying to show one was older and more mature, but I'm like, there are other ways to do that. They just really made the younger Barry seem like a doofus. And I don't know why.
This is the world where my mom lives.
Yeah, he's talking to Michael Keaton's Batman right here.
I'm
It's
not gonna
Barry
lose
and
it.
his mom, of course.
Time has a pattern, but it can't help relive.
At the beginning, he's talking to his dad. They're reliving, you know, the events of what happened that day.
Different people, different world.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Michael Keaton. Yeah, that's, well, Bruce Wayne. With his picture with his mom and dad. And this is Barry after he's traveled back in time. Well, he got stuck. What happened is he finally realized that he could go back in time and change things. So he goes, and while he's trying to do that, what appeared to be another Flash actually comes down, punches him, knocks him into this time, and now he's stuck and he don't know how to get back. And you'll see why he's stuck in just a second. Hang on.
Drawn to each other like
Yeah, he's looking at his parents.
magnets.
Yes, Barry, when he finally gets there, how he gets clothes is funny because he literally shows up there bucket naked. All right, so he has to get clothes. All right, well, not buck naked, but almost. Right, sees his mom. Him and Barry meeting for the Barry and Barry. Right.
My face. Still my face. If you were
Arriving at Wayne Manor to seek Batman's help to help them go get who they think to be Superman, but is not.
In the past.
All right, this part right here, as you can see, what's happening here is that Barry, you know, the original Barry, realizes that, hey, if this Barry doesn't get the Flash powers, then I won't have mine. However, Barry, the younger Barry, he don't want to get struck by lightning. And so Barry, the older one, is trying to force him to sit down to recreate the events of how he got his powers in the first place. But what ends up happening is this. J-Rocc says, lightning strikes through the original Barry, gets to the younger Barry. The younger Barry gets the Flash powers, but the older Barry loses his. Yep, you heard me right. The original Barry Allen, the original Flash in this movie, loses his Flash powers. The only one at this part in the movie who will have the Flash powers is the younger Barry. Yeah, interesting twist.
You have no idea what the consequences can be.
And this is him, the younger Barry or older Barry. He was trying to make him sit down, but lightning struck through Barry, hit him. That's how he lost the powers he got his. This is the ring that he gave to the younger Barry to get the suit.
I could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
Zod. Yep. And it was a sad part in this in this part. The original The Flash in the movie talks about how, you know, he lost his, you know, we're talking about how he lost his parents, but there's a scene, you know how this scene in the Man of Steel, Zod's there, you know, the world engine is trying to, you know, turn the atmosphere into Krypton or whatever. There's this little boy whose dad is trapped under some bricks or some concrete or something. The little boy is trying to get to his dad. Dad is telling him to run, go. Barry sees the dad, tries to go save him. Right as he's going to try to get the dad, the world engine knocks him up in the air. Unfortunately, dad is right underneath his blick slab of concrete. The world engine slams the concrete on top of the dad. Barry was only able to save the little boy. Fortunately, couldn't save the dad. Yeah, so tough part.
I completely broke the universe.
He's looking at Supergirl. There's Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
That's when Kara Zor-El shows up to fight Zod towards the end.
I created a world with no metahumans.
Now, so they get Batman's help. Bruce Wayne or Michael Keaton says, I'll help you. They go to this place where this prison where They believe to have Superman killed. Turns out it's not Superman. It's Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. What happened to Superman? Well, because Barry went back and changed, we're in a whole different multiverse here. Superman, as a baby coming from Krypton to Earth, was intercepted by Zod. And they killed the baby. Superman does not exist in this timeline because he never made it, thanks to Zod. That jabroni, candy ass Rudy Poo. Anyway, so they find Kara, help her out.
And now there's no one to defend us. Want to know?
Yeah, this is where Michael Keaton's entrance as Batman. Hasn't been Batman in a long time. Now, you'll notice here in this trailer, right here, on the younger Barry, he's got nothing on his face. But in the movie, he has spaghetti sauce because he was eating spaghetti. I was wondering, what is that red stuff on his mouth? And again, that's just another thing to make him look like he's silly. Like he has the body of a teenager but the brain of a toddler. And that was weird. Right? Like, I get he's younger, but like, he ain't that young. He has his own apartment, so he has to know something. But Michael, boy, Batman, stole the damn show.
You are? Yeah,
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Ooh, these fight scenes. Woo, man. Right at the beginning, and the motorcycle chase with Batman. So, when they first played this part, J-Rocc says this. J-Rocc thought that somebody had died. I honestly thought that was Superman. I honestly thought that was Superman who was killed, and Zara was taking him up into the sun, to kind of, revive him or whatever. That's not what happened. What's happening here, like I told you earlier, remember I said Barry lost his powers? But there comes a point in the movie where he realizes that if I want to get back to the right timeline, I got to figure out a way to get my powers back. So he and Batman or Bruce Wayne come up with this idea where Barry comes up with it. Bruce helps him, straps him into this electric chair-like, apparatus, trying to replicate the situation on how he originally got his powers, right? Didn't work at first. So what happens is Kara Zor-El shows up. This is Barry in her arms. She's literally taking him into the sky in the middle of a thunderstorm. And Barry gets struck by lightning while in her arms, and he regains his powers. So the way the trailer was, had it edited, it made me look like, is that Superman? No, that's Barry getting his powers back. This is the hospital part at the beginning I was telling you about. And the Flash goes and he has this calories counter on his arm. It's sort of like a health bar that lets him know how he's doing on fuel for his body, and that his body is starting to break down and he needs some calories or needs some food so he can keep moving fast like that because he's burning so much calories. It's funny how he does it, but
I can't undo what I did.
and this is the beginning. He's running up the side of the building. This is where the building is starting to collapse. This nurse and a lot of newborn babies are falling out of the window, taking the shade out of the Iron Man 3 playbook where all those people were hoisted from the plane. He's got to figure out how to get them all back to the ground safe and sound. No rhyme intended on that line. All right? And so he has to, formulate a plan, gets him back on the ground, but, it's basically to imply he's moving that fast, which was kind of cool, I can't lie. Batman. I'm going to tell y'all like this. Right here at the end of the movie, this part was hard. J-Rocc, I had to admit, J-Rocc cried. I'm not going to lie, this part was hard. Many of you probably don't know, J-Rocc lost his mom when J-Rocc was 11 years old. I was a little bitty YouTube people's champ, and I lost my mom to cancer. this moment in the movie, this is towards the end, where, you know, he realizes that no matter what he does, there's nothing he can do to change the inevitable. His mom is going to die. Whether it be that way or another way, she's just going to die. And so he realizes that in order to make things right, he has to put it back the way it was. And this is him, as you can see the expression on his face. Good job to Ezra Miller for really getting the facial expression of a person who knows they are going to have to mourn all over again. It's one thing to go through mourning for someone that has already died, but when you have to go through it again and you know it's coming, that's twice as bad. And so I saw this part, I cried. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people did. If you lost your mom or someone that you care about, my heart goes out to you, because this scene was tough. He's moving so fast, and yeah, this part was hard, but he fixes it, but it's still broken time. So that got J-Rocc thinking, is there a sequel?
Can't get back.
This part was cool. He got his powers back, the younger Barry got his powers, and they collide, baby.
There may not be a future.
Yeah, that's where Barry gets his power. Well, the first time lightning struck, let me hang on. Right here where the lightning struck the back symbol, right there. That was the first time of them trying to attempt to get Barry his powers. Didn't work. That's when Kara came in, took him up in the sky, and that's how he got his powers back. Yeah, right here. When he was, hang on. Struck. When they were trying to get his powers back. Yeah, this is Barry trying to get his powers back. Didn't work first time, so Kara had to help out. This part was pretty cool. All the smoke in the background, that's the Flash making a big tornado around Zod. Kara comes in swinging, right? But Zod, being the general that he is, he's been in battle plenty enough times where he knows how to, scout, recuperate, all that sort of thing. And, well, I'll tell you in just a second. This is a cool move by the Flash. Yeah, Kara is, she's ruthless. This part right here, Batman is taking a shot, the heat-seeking missiles at Zod's ship, but it has an energy shield, doesn't work. And ultimately they blast Batman out of the sky. Yeah. This is, fight scene at the end where they're fighting the Kryptonians and they realize, the army of Zod's army, they realize, they're fast too. Not as fast as they are. They're fast.
What's the plan? Batman, what do we do? We try not to die.
Yeah. They rescued her and they said, what's he doing? So this is a badass scene right here.
It's not Park.
My name is Kara.
Kara.
I'm Boar Barry. Barry, what are you doing?
Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Now, J-Rocc says this. How did it end? All right. Well, what happens is Zod kills Kara. Kara's a rail, Supergirl. He kills her with this blade. I don't know if it has kryptonite in it or something, but he kills her with this blade that's strapped on his arm, right? Batman is killed when the ship, Zod's ship, blasts him out of the sky, lays the smackdown on the Batwing. The ship, Batwing malfunctions. Batman cannot eject from it. And so what Batman decides to do, he's like, you know what? Since I'm going to die, I'm going to take this ship with me. And he crashes the Batwing into Zod's ship. Or into one of the ships. I don't think it was Zod's ship, but crashes it into one of the ships. And he's died. And he's dead. The younger Barry, right, says, why don't we just go back in time, change what happened, and then they'll live. Well, As it turns out, they try to change it, but guess what happens? Zara still dies, Batman still dies, just a different way. All right? And then the younger version of, and then the older Flash then realizes that there's nothing I can do. It's when it hits him. Like, no matter how many times we do this, you're still gonna die. The younger Barry is trying as hard as he could to keep it from happening. That's where it says in the trailer, nobody dies. Nobody has to die. He keeps trying, and then they keep going back in time, and, well, let me just put it to you like this. The multiverse of Marvel begins to open up. And then you see all the different versions of Batman all the way to of Superman all the way back to the very first Superman, black and white, they had a Nicolas Cage version of Superman. Yeah, Nicolas Cage. The Superman that never was, he's here in this movie, in the multiverse of DC Comics. You know, they go through the different versions of Batman, Michael Keaton, George Clooney, excuse me. All the other different versions of Batman, all right? They look at all the different versions of Supergirl. They look at Christopher Reeves as Batman. All these different multiverses are happening because, you know, they're messing with time. Time is colliding, collapsing, destroying itself. And it got so bad that one thing that happens to the younger Barry in the movie is that a piece of one of Zod's ships strikes Barry in the arm, right? And it sticks there. Because he keeps trying to fix time, every time he does that, a new piece gets stuck in, to the point to where he becomes evil. You remember I said earlier where the other Flash knocked Barry into the time where he got stuck? Yes, that was the version of Barry that knocked him. The older Barry that had become corrupted because he just couldn't accept the fact that no matter what he does, people are going to die. His mom is going to die. He just kept trying different ways. And he had tried it for so long that he become evil and corrupted. So what happens is that the younger version of Barry ends up allowing the corrupted version of Barry sacrifice himself, which then erases the corrupted or evil Barry. And then the original Barry goes back and fixes everything, puts everything back the way it was. Or so he thought. Because when he gets back, Batman is not Ben Affleck. This Batman that he comes back to, it's not Ben Affleck. It's George Clooney. And he's looking at him like, oh crap. And then that's when the movie ends. I didn't stay for the cut scenes. I mean the post-credit scenes. I heard they weren't nothing no way, so. But that got J-Rocc to thinking, is there going to be a sequel to this? A follow-up to this? But be that as it may, my whole thoughts on the whole movie was that J-Rocc says this, if you're sucking for a good action movie, good storytelling makes it even better. Things about it that J-Rocc didn't like, them making the younger Barry seem like a Nimrod, a Rudy Poo, a Pandy Ass, a blemish on J-Rocc's buttocks. All right? That's what J-Rocc didn't like. But for the most part, J-Rocc thought this movie was damn good. Thought it was damn good. Did it live up to the hype? That's the question we got to answer now. Which one did J-Rocc think was better? The movie or the trailer? Movie or the trailer? Movie or the trailer? Let me say this. The trailer was so good, J-Rocc said this movie is got to live up to expectations. Now, I will say this. What really saved the movie was Batman. He saved the movie. I'm talking about Michael Keaton. Because he saved the movie. Not saying the movie would have been horrible, but that Batman version of Michael Keaton, dog, bruh, yeah, chill. That thing was right. All right, hang on. The great one has to take a swig of the people's water. But with that being said, which one did J-Rocc think was better, the movie or the trailer? J-Rocc has to be honest. Has to be honest. Movie had some good scenes. Movie was damn good. Made sense. Good storytelling. But J-Rocc has to admit the trailer was slightly better than the movie. Bam! It's not a wide margin. But there are some movies where the trailer was just way better than the movie. But in this sense, I would say that the movie was a four star, and the trailer was a 5-star. Or the movie was a 4-star and the trailer was a 4.5. So they're right there. They're neck and neck. But I would have to say the movie just didn't quite live up to the hype. It wasn't bad. J-Rocc would see it again. He'd watch it again. Damn right. Enjoyed it. Thoroughly entertained. But when you ask the question of whether or not it lived up to the hype that the trailers sold it to be, gotta say it fell just a tad bit short. Just a tad. Not that much. Just a tad. So, but that's J-Rocc's opinion of it. If they come out with a sequel, damn sure gonna go see it. But in this regards, J-Rocc says that the trailer just was better, slightly better than the movie. Now, what say you? Do you agree? You think the trailer was better than the movie, or did you think the movie lived up to the hype? All right? You tell J-Rocc what your thoughts are. Post your comments down below. Let J-Rocc know what you thought of his reaction to this. Well, movie versus trailer review video. No rhyme intended on that line. If you enjoyed this movie versus trailer review, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified when it is time to be electrified. Thank you for joining J-Rocc. Stay tuned for my next video. Mamba, GG, and Wakanda forever. If you smell what J-Rocc is.